If you think there's nothing to do in Newcastle and Lawrence County, then think again. Always stay connected to NCTV45 to receive the information on events going on in and around the area on a daily basis. Programs to view are Newswatch, The Morning Show, and Community Happenings. NCTV45 takes pride in bringing you the event and organization info that you want. NCTV45 is the #1 media source locally. NCTV45, anytime on your time. Broadcasting from the greatest castle in the world, in the county of Lawrence, NCTV45. NCTV45 Newcastle, The Train. Everyone's talking about NCTV45. Internet television the way you want it. Your #1 media source serving Newcastle, Lawrence County, and globally. NCTV45.
Today's program furnished by funding from Bill's Bake Shop, where smiles are everywhere.
If you're craving hot dogs and more, and you're in the area, then look no farther than Coney Island, downtown Newcastle on Kennedy Square.
When you have legal issues, Paula Chalella, attorney at law, 113 North Mercer Street, Newcastle.
Entrusting your loved one to a funeral director is a very personal and emotional decision. The funeral director you choose must understand the importance of the decision you have made. When you call the William and Roger DeCarbo Funeral Home, I recognize what a privilege it is to be chosen at your time of need. We will provide you and your family with the best service possible, with sincerity and compassion.
The William and Roger DeCarbo Funeral Home, family owned and operated since 1941.
Broadcasting from the greatest castle in the world, in the county of Lawrence, NCTV45. NCTV45 Newcastle, The Train.
And a very pleasant good morning to you, and welcome to NCTV45, November 10th. And how are you doing this morning? Hopefully you're waking up on the sunny side. And outside, 52 degrees. And you know what? We'll take it. As this has been an extremely abnormal year. Let's just think of the weather. A few weeks ago, we had snow. Now we're having summertime. I took my short sleeve shirts, packed them away, and now they seem to be back. Go figure. And we have a lot to talk about as the ever-changing news keeps going on. And, you know, we'll talk about some norms and things that go on. But first, we better get to traffic. Folks, yesterday I was on my way down to Pittsburgh, and if you're driving on I-79, my prayers are with you, because it's evident that people don't really know the speed limit. As I look at I-79 right now, it is actually pretty clear, and thank God for that, as maybe people started earlier on that route down there. Now, as we go to 376, we look at the turnpike, also really light. Look at Union Township up there, and this is the 422 State Street area, and they've got a beautiful picture of a pillar. You know, PennDOT right on the way. 422 interchange, again, very, very light. I'm surprised at in the I-376 interchange. That's one side's a 422, the other side's 376, and both of them light as can be. Amazing to me. Now we'll check Martha Street and 168. Martha Street, as you approach that, very, very clear, nothing doing. And also 168, absolutely clear. So traffic light today for some reason, and as we look towards the northwest and we check out I-80, let's see. And you know what, for that intersection, it's very light. So apparently on this Tuesday, folks deciding not travel as much, and we'll take a look at that. Now let's get to the lighter side of the news. You know, I actually think that there are some nauseating programs on. You know, I was once told by a professor, if you want to get better at TV, watch more TV. Well, The View. Apparently, Whoopi Goldberg, a little out of her mind, as now the DOJ has gotten involved in looking at the election. Oh, you know, I don't know. We had a guy dead for 50 years. He voted. We had a famous boxer vote who's been dead for 4 years. We've had a computer program that when you checked Trump, it registered Biden. And we've had observers not be allowed to go into the building in Philadelphia. These are all facts. This isn't made up. This isn't conjecture. This isn't... Now, call me silly, but have you ever been driving through the country and you smell burnt leaves? Where there's smoke, there's a fire. And I use that because at this time of the year, we have several fires burning. Let's take a look at it. First of all, our jobs as journalists are to report the news, not if we're going to give an editorial, we say this is an editorial, this is an opinion. The fact that it's sunny outside and 52 degrees is a fact. That is not an opinion, an editorial. We are struggling in this country with different people, and now see, we're on Parler too. Let me tell you. And if you haven't gotten on Parler, get on Parler. Okay? Because you deserve to have a well-rounded informational thing in your head. You have Whoopi telling you that the election is over. Well, yeah, but nothing's been certified. You have several news agencies reporting that, and nothing's been certified. You have Uncle Joe and Miss Harris, no disrespect, because her name gets mentioned, and I feel bad for her. Her name keeps getting mentioned differently every day of the week. So I now have lost what her name really is. Carmela, they keep giving a different name. So, what is the truth? Well, you got to look to the Constitution for the truth. It says that the election is held. Our governmental papers say the election is held. It was held November 3rd. The first Tuesday of November. It also says you can't be dead and vote. It says that you're allowed to recount. It doesn't say if you're between 20 and 40 and you're a millennium and you're going, I don't like the results. You can't whine and cry. You can whine and cry, but due process, and I disagree with some of my colleagues who say, well, you correct it for next time and you don't do anything this time. This is a correctable error. This is a correctable error. And you know what's really sad, and the DOJ is now weighing in, it's really sad that somebody tweets, hey, I love everybody. And if you're out there and you're a Trump supporter, you're a Biden supporter, I'm here for you. And they get criticized. Katy Perry, we're here for you. For my family that were Trump supporters, hey, I understand. And she's getting criticized for being a nice person? Wow. That tells you something about the left, folks. It tells you that the left wants it their way or the highway. Not really an American thought. And the French weighed in with their little thing. They showed a picture of Trump cutting off the head of the Statue of Liberty, and then they show Biden healing it up Well, since they're so smart, let's see. We rescued their ass in World War II. We propped their economy up when the franc was falling through the floor. And they've had shootings and everything all throughout their country. Vive la France. You're right on it. I suggest you listen to a song popular in the 70s made by a Canadian about this country. We've done everything for everybody else. Ironically, the Russians and the Chinese, they're keeping their mouths shut. They know all about fixed elections. They're probably thinking, man, was this pretty sloppy or what? To not allow people in, just take a judge order and say, we're not going to listen to that. Well, that sheriff in Philadelphia should be under arrest. And why? He disobeyed a court order. If you or I did that, there's a problem. You don't disobey court orders. You don't have dead people vote. You don't allegedly have people in the post office stamping things Tuesday the 3rd when it's Thursday the 5th. There are problems, folks. There are problems with this election, regardless of who you're for. You should be totally appalled. And here's why. This time, they disenfranchised you. Next time, who will it be? And if anybody, anywhere can make up the law whenever they want, we're in trouble. Joe Biden, you're president, not king. The Constitution, you cannot mandate what you think you can mandate. Lou Holtz called them Catholic in name only. Very, very true. That's my open. And something that should be thought about as we're moving forward. And whoever the president is or will be, by all means, let's show him the love and respect he deserves. Your respect for the office is so very important. We're Americans, not a three-ring circus. Employer Advisory Council meetings. That's going to be Friday the 13th at 8 a.m. It's going to be a webinar. And the guys from Knox Law, Speaker Attorney Mark Wassel. And let me tell you something. For those folks that don't own a business, it is amazing when you look around and see who's remained open through this COVID thing. I think you really have to step back and applaud them and ask them what kind of miracle that they've performed. Now, UPMC, and here comes a criticism. Listen, the word out is that we got a vaccine that gets rid of 90% of the problem. President Trump has it set up and ready to distribute. UPMC, in their jealous mode, says hydroxychloroquine does not, they put does not help patients, says National Multi-Hospital Study. Then it says, when you read in the paper, did not significantly improve clinical outcomes. Well, in some instances, it did. In some instances, it did. And that's why I believe in going to another hospital. UPMC is, I'm losing confidence in them faster and faster and faster. DCNR, I like when they put initials up. They hired, that's the Department of Conservation and Natural Resources in Pennsylvania. Cindy Adams Dunn is there. And what they did was they took out and they hired a new park manager. You know, I was watching something this morning, and where the park manager was hired here at Park Dam State Park Complex. Out west they were talking, and a lot of this doesn't make the news, and some of it should. It talks about, they were talking about the fact that the dams that give you the different lakes out west, and I am really not familiar with those. Those lakes were 50% down because of the lack of water, moisture, rain. And in that, they got snow. They got snow in Arizona and a couple different places as the year continues to be a special type thing. And they were saying how that was going to help the lakes. Important to have conservation people like that. Now, the Wolf administration, they highlight ag apprenticeship jobs, for paid training. And you know, I'm very critical of the guy. However, you know, and this is one of those things where everything we do should be looked at. If somebody has a good idea, do not worry whether he's a Democrat or a Republican. Let's just use good ideas. That's what we did before. We used good ideas. Good idea. Apprenticeships. Since Governor Wolf has brought this work to, we've been able to get more people into the workforce. along with, and I hate to say this, but President Trump's America First, creating jobs. So apprenticeships, jobs. Notice how everybody's working? The only thing that hit us was the coronavirus, the Chinese flu. That wasn't our fault. So let's stop blaming us. Let's get after whose fault it was, and it wasn't Wolf's. It wasn't Trump's. It was the Chinese. Let's put Americans to work. When Americans work, all the other problems seem to fade away. Wolf administration tours veteran-owned farms supported by the state's $10 million fresh financing initiative. And support for veterans, very important. Remember, tomorrow's Veterans Day. Make sure that you really support the vets. Now, what we're going to do is I'm going to talk about this early warning dashboard, then we'll go to sports. And let me kind of put this in. Governor Wolf thought it was important to see the percent of positivity as you see increases and decreases in counties. Now, here's the thing about this. It doesn't really give you a clear-cut answer to are people getting more sick or less sick. Rather than fear the virus, the fact that we have a vaccine, we should concentrate on getting the vaccine out and worry a little less about who's getting sick. I'm going to talk about more of those as we go forward. But now, let's take this look at sports. Last night, Monday Night Football, Patriots topped the Jets. My Jets. It tied at 27. They kick a field goal. Patriots 3-5. The Jets 0-9. The bad news Jets. I don't even have words to say. So let's get to sports. See what's cooking for tonight, and we'll be back.
The Cedars Restaurant in Newcastle wants you to indulge in the food from their pleasing menu. The Cedars features Mediterranean, pub food, Middle Eastern cuisine, and so much more. They're open every day, 11 a.m. to 10 p.m. Call the Cedars on the east side at 827 Addis Street, Newcastle. 724-658-9543. That's 724-658-9543.
Hello and welcome to the Cedar Sports Corner Report. And to the rescue, the Mid-American Conference. Yes, at this time of the year with all these issues that we're having, it's there's no NBA, there's no NHL. So here comes college football in the style of the Mid-American Conference. The Akron Zips taking on Ohio. CBS Sports Network. Kent State will take on Bowling Green on ESPN2. That a 7 and a 7:30 start respectively. Miami of Ohio, they'll take on Buffalo at 8 o'clock. So 3 great college football games. Head on over to Cedars, get some great food, enjoy the games, and you'll be really happy you did. Now we're going to take a time out. We'll be right back after these messages.
This program furnished by Sporting Goods, 23 East Washington Street, Newcastle. Call 724-658-2535.
This program sponsored by Penn Ohio Bottled Water Company. Brian Ches, owner. Call 724-498-4760. Brian would be glad to visit.
Hi friends, I'm Gary West, and whether you find Augustine's Pizza at your local grocery store, well, the folks at Augustine's Pizza hope that their pizza is always your first choice for any and all occasions.
Allie's Upper Crust at 1700 Highland Avenue has a full menu: pizza, roll-ups, salad, soup, sandwiches, strombolis, dinners. They are just great for dine-in or take-out. Don't forget to give them a call at 724-652-7553. It's Allie's Upper Crust. At Delicios. Look at this sandwich. This is lunch, and I didn't want to overdo it, but I had coleslaw before. This sandwich, absolutely excellent. Cajun chicken, but their menu is so huge, and I'm going to show you all your friends that you knew from the old place. They're all here, so make sure you stop. They're open from 7 to 9. It's Delicios in downtown Newcastle. Hey, and we're back just like a heart attack. And outside, beautiful temperature, 53 degrees. Let's talk about a little bit. November 6th to the 8th, 287 compliance checks, 18 notices. Looks like Governor Wolf is trying to run the political narrative of keep the virus going until we can get Joe Biden into office somehow. That's what my opinion, that's what I see. Or else, rather than compliance checks, he'd get on his high horse and say, hey, Mr. President, what can I do to help you get the vaccine out faster? Real bipartisan effort there. Veterans, there's an outreach program for you. dmva.pa.gov. Veterans Connect. The Wolf administration, and here they go again on to discuss work and regional response collaboratives to strengthen the support in nursing home long-term care facilities. This is something that should have been being addressed months ago. You've got people working in there that go home and people in the nursing homes that are exposed. Really tough road to hoe. Wolf administration discusses work for COVID-19 response health collaboratives to strengthen, again, every day. That's what they bring out. Well, let's get to something else a little more pleasant. The State Library of Pennsylvania, among the top genealogy websites in the country, was named one of the best genealogy websites in the country by Family Tree magazine. So do a little family tracing. Go to Pennsylvania's genealogy website and see what you got. You know, it's coming up and it'll be starting tomorrow, the 45 days till Christmas. And we are going to have something for you every day. A parade, some type of entertainment. Quite literally. And I appreciate all of your warmth and well wishes. But, wow. I am more than tired of talking about the election, COVID, what we can't do. So let's take a positive look at what we can do. Yesterday when I was in Pittsburgh, I saw quite a few things. One of them being that the Pittsburgh Diocese isn't going to do CYO basketball. The elementary basketball program in the diocese is not going to start until January. Excuse me, January. Now, with that, and with the holidays coming up, I know they're going to try and control the outbreak. But let's try and concentrate on some positive things rather than go through this muck and mud and mire that was created. And I will say this, there was no reason for the election, and this is what Whoopi doesn't understand. If there were people that did wrong in Philadelphia or anywhere else, they should be held accountable. Whoopi. Not being like the little kid that does something and you go, oh, we can't holler at him now. We got, you know, actions have consequences. In this case, if it was an illegal action, it should have a consequence. Okay, folks, now let's get to weather. And 53 degrees outside. And it is gorgeous. When you take a look at the humidity, 86%, winds are calm, barometric pressure 30.14, dew point 49, and visibility 10. We got one more great day. And That's kind of important as you take a look at the local radar, pretty clear. And that was out of Cleveland, this out of Pittsburgh. You're doing okay. But look for things to change, and change they will. Let's go to Lawrence County 45 weather, and we'll be right back.
My name is Brittany. I have suffered with depression for 15 years.
My name is Sam, and I've been experiencing depression for over 12 years. This is the first place I will always recommend for somebody to come if they're suffering from depression or anxiety or any kind of problem like that.
Easy Clean Car and Van Wash, where your clean wash is our goal.
Run it again at Lindy's Lunch. Run it again with hot dogs, fries, burgers, and much more. For the 2-point conversion, try those daily specials. Run right in and you will only guard the score at Lindy's Lunch. For the game, just right for lunch, or anytime. It's Lindy's Lunch. 2402 Wilmington Road, Newcastle.
BSB. Big Shot Bobs are the wings for me. 50 flavors, make it right, you see. BSB has sandwiches you have to try. Stop in and you'll know why. Every day of the week you see. Call or stop in to BSB. Big Shot Bobs will be your favorite place, just like me.
Hello, and welcome to Lawrence County 45 weather. Well, after last night's clear low of 51, how are things looking? Well, they couldn't look clearer. Just take a look at that map. It's totally amazing that we're in November, and here's the national scene, and you see the clearing. What's that mean for you? That means some pretty nice weather, but understand these storms, these clouds, they're on their way to us. So it will not be long. Let's go. 51 last night and clear. Tuesday, sunshine and 75. Do you believe that? Absolutely amazing. Rain after 1 a.m. Tuesday night, low of 59. Chance of rain, 80%. Hedge into Veterans Day. Rain, 68. Chance of rain, 80%. You're getting wet. Wednesday night, mostly cloudy, 42. Chance of rain, 30%. It's going to be a soggy day as we go Tuesday night through Veterans Day on Wednesday. Your Thursday, mostly sunny and 58. Thursday night, mostly clear and 36. Friday, sunshine and 57. Friday night, mostly clear and 32. Your Saturday, sunshine, 56 degrees, maybe struggling to get there since we had that overnight low of 32, but I think you're going to be close, so we'll call it 56. And your Saturday night, mostly cloudy, 40% chance of rain. Your Sunday, partly sunny, 62. Call it 60. And 50% chance of rain. The rain will keep the temperature down. So look at that forecast. Not so bad. You got some sun, but when you're getting rain, you're getting rain. And that's how it is. Now, this was Lawrence County 45 weather. We're going to take this break and hear from these great people who would like to hear from you. Elham's for one great dining experience. Hello, friends, and it's Los Amigos. Let me tell you what, great food. Whether you get the chimichangas, enchiladas, tacos, whatever you get, you're going to love them. The nice, friendly atmosphere. Stop by. Tell them NCTV45 sent you. It's Los Amigos sponsoring this program.
Today's programming is brought to you by NCTV45 and NC Radio 450, Newcastle's community television station.
This program sponsored by Lombardo's Apothecary, located at 1230 South Mill Street on the south side of Newcastle.
At our law firm, we see you. Come see us at lgkg.com.
Special thanks going out to Town Mall Pizza for sponsorship of this program, located in the Cascade Galleria, Newcastle.
There's more than meets the eye. You gotta give them a Newcastle a try. The right small town for living. Look around.
We're back, and that's going to do it for this edition of Morning News Watch. Remember, Mass is up next, and we're going to be working on those surprises for you. So as you go through your day, make sure that you tell a friend, and have a friend tell a friend about NCTV45. They'll be glad you did. And when they say, I don't watch a lot of TV, you tell them that NCTV45 is available anytime on your time. Yes, a train that runs on your schedule, that's NCTV45. Always, always in the pursuit of excellence. So now, as we get ready to bid you a pleasant farewell, I tell you, make sure you get that second cup of coffee and have a super day in what I call the greatest castle in the world, in the county of Lawrence. Have a great day, everybody, and we'll see you again